everywhere! Well, at least I'm home. I can follow my intellectual pursuits. I offer records! Covered in bubble gum! My collection of rare, incurable diseases! Violated! No!
Welcome back for another episode of EvolveCast with your host, Leo Theo. Let's get right to it. The Nintendo Switch Online. Oh boy. Here's the thing. Before we start, let me just make something very clear. I love my Nintendo Switch. I love the games. It's difficult to even think off the top of my head of a game that I don't really enjoy. But we need to talk about the achievement system or trophy system, whatever you want to call it. Here's the thing. Hear me out. I understand that it's a placebo. Right? It's a placebo thing, right? It's like putting a carrot at the end of a stick in front of a mule, and then you're just chasing for that carrot. I understand that, but what you have to understand is the mule wants the carrot nonetheless, even though he doesn't know that he's never going to get that carrot. He's not going to have the actual satisfaction. I get it. I get Nintendo's argument against it. A couple years back, Kotaku had an interview with Nintendo designers, having a conversation with them in regards of achievements, and basically their response was achievements are telling gamers how to game, how to play their games and such, which you can argue it's a valid point. But here's the thing. Both PlayStation and Xbox, they have achievements. Now, it's totally up to you if you want to Google and search the trophies, because at least Sony, I haven't checked Xbox in a while, but I know that Sony has a lot of hidden trophies within the games, and the only way for you to know the trophies before actually doing the trophies is you going online, kind of like scouring through the web and finding these hidden trophies so that you can complete your trophy list. But that is a choice. That is a choice that a gamer is making for their gaming experience. Now, there are many people. I, for one, am one. I'm not a trophy hunter. I have a couple of friends that I always hang out with in PlayStation Network, and they're hooked on the thing. It's kind of like a bragging kind of thing. You know, I have like 20 platinums and whatever. Platinum is when you get all the trophies for a certain game. But I digress. It's a social experience of its own. It just doesn't make sense from a gaming designer perspective to take away that choice for players. Isn't the point of making games is, like they say, and I quote, basically the way the games are designed is they're designed for you to explore the game yourself and have this sense of discovery. Now, I can see me going out of my way to find a hidden trophy to have a different experience. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to put every single cool thing behind a trophy. You could leave things out of it. People will still discover crazy new mechanics that you wanted players to organically discover them. But there are also things that you can put behind a trophy that it's not a big deal. Maybe you can use that as a tool to teach gamers, players, that there are these mechanics that you can discover by looking at the game at a different angle. So you see my issue with the whole not having an achievement system. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, even for the Nintendo Switch whole philosophy is to bring people together, and I feel like this competitiveness brings people together. It will, maybe there's been cases that my friends having platinums and them talking about it did incentivize me to play the game more. And there were times that I really didn't care for it. So you see, it's a choice. It's a choice that Nintendo does not explore. I feel like they're hurting themselves for not having it. And I really, me making this video is just a drop in the ocean. But I just want this to be a continuing conversation. I think that the more that we nail this topic, maybe, hopefully, some miracle in the universe will have Nintendo finally implementing some sort of trophy or achievement system. If the issue at hand is putting the cost on the player, as in charging them the $60 for the annual subscription, I'm pretty sure that Nintendo making that decision and implementing all of the bells and whistles that every other online gaming service offers, I don't want to say that I guarantee, but I'm very confident that it would be very successful. Now, if it got to a point where implementing said infrastructure is to the detriment of them, I mean, guys, when was the last time you went to a store, GameStop or Target or whatever, that you've seen a Nintendo game have a price drop? Nintendo doesn't care that much for how much they're having their players pay for the games. I mean, I'm not arguing the quality of their games. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm trying to say is that if they wanna get their money's worth, they're gonna get their money's worth. Come on, we're in 2020. Zelda Breath of the Wild's 3 years old and it's still at $60, $55. Whereas if it were PlayStation or Xbox, it would have been $20 to $30 at this point. You see where I'm trying to get at? So, Nintendo, please, if you're listening, you're probably not, but you, the listener, if you have the same opinion, or maybe you don't have the same opinion, maybe you don't care about achievements or trophies, but you can recognize the value that it offers to certain individuals, just voice your opinion. Let it be known. You don't need to be toxic. None of that. Just let it be known. Share your voice. Let Nintendo know. Because if we're happy, I guarantee you Nintendo is also very happy, And with that, we finish another episode of EvolveCast with your host, Leo Theo. I hope you enjoyed.